winter of 1776, and a bunch of stuff kicks in, especially number one, there's only going to be 2 action pulses in the winter, and units can only move 2 movement points. So there you go. Other effects for the cold weather we will avoid. During the winter turns of 1777 and 1782, we do the continental attrition for expired enlistments. Also, continental attrition takes place after both players have completed their 2 action rounds, but before new continental units are raised, blah blah blah. During the winter of 1775-76, no continental attrition takes place. So there you go. Winter quartering also. During 1775-76, no winter quartering is done, so we won't be able to get into those little mechanics and idiosyncrasies. So there you go. There are no reinforcements. We advanced the turn marker. The British player can work. Right now we're going to transfer, starting with the British player, all of our leaders. Check all that out. And like I said, for reinforcements for 1776, there are none until early spring for both sides. So first thing we'll be doing is transferring leaders. Be right back. For leader movement, we have moved Montgomery and Ethan Allen? No, Arnold. Yeah, Arnold into Worcester. Arnold's up there at Fort Halifax doing nothing. So really not doing nothing here, but it's the only place we have strength points that might be able to move out. Meanwhile, we got Washington and Schuyler at Ticonderoga with about 9 strength points. The British moved Burgoyne from Valcourt to a little place here on Northumberland. It's just got a garrison on it that is entrenched, but he'll contribute whatever leader rank or bonuses, die roll modifiers he can. All right, I think that is it. There's a bunch going on. We have to make sure we do this right. There are no reinforcements. We have moved our leaders. Now I think we will roll for our first action pulse of 1776 in the winter. Remember, units can only move 2 movement points this turn, and everything else that we need to go through the book and check out. All right, so leaders have been promoted, demoted, removed. We transferred our leaders. The colonial player transferred his leaders. Winter. We don't do any of these winter things until after both of the action rounds are done. So we're just going to do our action rounds. All right, so we're going to roll the dice. Let's see who goes first. Ooh, a 5 versus a 1. So there you go. The Colonials jump on that initiative. And there you go. We're all set. It's currently their action round. Let's see what we want to do. We'll be right back. Move down to rule 11.20, creating armies. Let me see. Anytime during a player's action pulse, an army can be created by expending the pulse. So the colonial pulse has been taken care of, and we have met all the conditions. 1776, we have 9 strength points. We're on a nice friendly space. We have a line of communication. Our leader has 3 stars or more, and the army name will be the Army of the North. It's the only one that can operate in Canada. We have Washington's army, but he can only operate in the 13 colonies, so he will be in charge of the Army of the North. That will take care of our action pulse. Next action pulse will be the British. And there's only 2 in winter. This goes really quick. So we'll see what's up with all that. But yeah, there we go. We're all set. Be right back. British player, before using up his action pulse, will go with one of these freebies. We will move land units via the British Naval Transport. So he will go down, only going to move 1 unit. His transport capacity goes down to 9. We will roll. We are going to Wilmington, a loyalist. And we'll be rolling one die. Let me make sure we got everything right here. Oh. A player announces his intended destination. It will be, I believe, Portsmouth? Yeah, it'll be Portsmouth. Or it should be someplace else. Let me look and see here real quick. No, I believe it'll be Penobscot, okay. I thought those names only be bad words in other countries. Oh my goodness. Alright, so there you go. He will roll for his distance he can move for a D6. Let me look here real quick again to make sure. Oh, there's always a number of movement points assigned to the fleet. Alright, let's do it to it. Movement points assigned to the fleet. 2. I might not get us nowhere. I guess this will be a 1. Yep, anything gets us there. So he is over there in Penobscot. Here you go, out of Wilmington. This is free. This is only 1. Then it gets us to this New England zone, and we can go anywhere there. So he transported there. There you go. Let me see. Now what we want to do with our action pulse. Huh. Can I move him now that I moved him by sea? Oh, that's what I kind of need to do. Let me check this out. I'm going to take a little break. Just got to notice my battery power is getting low. So let's do that. Take a little pause here. Hopefully when we come back. Oh, I know what else we wanted to maybe do to get us some more strike points up there. If I could find it really quick. Is probably what we will do is go to our good old loyalist units again. They can be raised. We need a loyalist chit. We'll be right back and find out if we qualify. I'll be right back. Well, we just got done using one of our free movements to moving land units via British naval transport. Our capacity for 1776 is down to 9. We used 1. Now, we also use another one of these, and that is down here. That is expending a loyalist chit. We're going to expend a loyalist chit here. Oh, and in New England, one of the 4 zones. You have a zone here, Middle States, Tidewater, and a deep south. You'll have 4 of these little chits you can expand. This here tells you that you have used it. Now, the amount of loyalist units we get in a northern region will depend on a die roll. There you go. Loyalists moving in for some reinforcements. That's what we got to do. We'll be right back. All right, well, we're here on our War for America charts and tables. We'll come all the way down here to loyalist strike points. In New England, we can get a maximum of 2. So we'll be rolling on this chart here, loyalist, militia, and muster chart. We want a high roll as the... got my old famous Amos's out here. We're all having a good time. Right, let's see if we can't get a high roll. Get these things shaken up, because this is not a good dice tower. If you looked at it, if you just throw it on there, it comes up the right way. So we got to try to get a good roll. This is a bad. I should bring my good dice tower over here. As a matter of fact, maybe we'll do. Hold on a second. So going for the loyalist die roll. They get a 4. And that comes out to, lucky for the British. Full strength points, both. So if it was militia, they'd get the full. So our full for New England is 2. We will get 2 loyalist units. I'll be right back. All right, here you go. Now there is a difference between these and units with a dot. I've left the page. So, I was just there. I'm sorry. And I even had the units out. But anyway, there's a difference. There's also a limit of units in New England. They call them militia maximums, but there you go. gives you everything you need to know. Let's go ahead and place these units. Continental levy. That's for the continental levies. I don't see anything else here. It does tell you that. Hold on a second. All right, these are like 1775. These are the ones that were on the map. They don't count towards regional limits. And the ones that come on as reinforcements also don't count towards regional limits. I think the regional limit here in New England and Massachusetts, or rather, New Hampshire. No, I think it'd be Massachusetts. Oh, where would that be? They don't have the north on there. Oh, okay. So anyway, what else was I about to say? Oh, shoot. Oh, let me look. All right, let me go ahead and play. Oh, you have to place the units. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, if this says here, placement of them, loyalists must be placed as evenly as possible with a maximum of 4 strength points per space within each colony in the region. When deploying loyalist strength points in the middle states, there's a certain criteria that tells you loyalist strength points marked with a dot are those arising, and those arriving as reinforcements do not count against the chart total. So we're good. We're going to place these boys. Oh, let me see. Loyalist. Pretty sure you have to go here. Oh, what is Norridge Woods. All right, and another one we will place. What is this? It's Maine in New England. Let me make sure I could do it. That this is right. I'd like to place one just right here in Northumberland, Maine, and that's both in Maine. Let me check this out really quick. I gotta get my geography better. I'm taking it as New England. They can have a maximum of 2, so we put our maximum in there. I'm thinking that they are in New Hampshire. In New Hampshire, they have a maximum of 6, so we're all good with that. We'll go ahead and keep them in their little spots, and that is where I will deploy my loyalist. There you go. That'll take care of the free movement. I think that's a free movement, and we still have our regular action pulse. So let me check that out. We'll be right back. All right, we're going to do this way. We're gathering our forces instead of putting them in Fort Halifax. Ooh, we need to find out if that Northumberland is in our spot. Huh. It might be on the... Okay, we'll play it safe. We'll do it this way then. We'll keep them there at Fort Halifax. All right, so that's their placement. Now we'll do another free action, which is called mustering. So these little boys here, so we can get you zoomed in a little better, can be mustered. Burgoyne's going to muster, assuming it's adjacent to them. That are these loyalists in Fort Halifax. I'd like to have mustered. The idea was to have mustered these old boys in Norridge Woods. It's in Clinton, but there's a Sartagan or whatever it is. I can't read. I've got my glasses on, so he will have to be mustered over here to Clinton. There you go. Now that's free. Oh boy, and Penobscot. He just brought in by sea. He can only move 2 movement points, so it's a roll a d6 minus 2 because he was without a leader. Now we did a take on this. This is my third take. Hopefully I'm recording this time. But he rolled a 4, which means he can only move 2 anyway. So there you go. But unfortunately, he's got to move on a trail, which will only get him to Fort Halifax. There you go. Now we got it all set up. Used our loyalist chit, put our loyalist on, mustered them, moved the old boy using our action pulse. Now the British don't have anywhere on the map where they have 5 strike points or more in a stack, so they won't be able to create an army yet. When we come back, we'll be rolling for the initiative. And it's still beat a winner, so yeah, it beat a winner, all right. Hold on a second. The weather outside Be frightful. But I might have to go out and do some work, so we'll be back later on today to play some more of our favorite game, War for America. We'll be back. If I recall correctly, it is our initiative die roll. So there you go. Grab a scope of die and see who gets the initiative. Glad to be back playing the game. It is the Colonials. We will not have to move the initiative marker, but that is their last winter move for the beginning of 1776. All right. Let me see what we want to do with it. Let me see here. We'll be back. All right, before we move the Army of the North, we're looking around here for some ways to cut off their line of communication. The British have to have us. Here's the lines that can. The supply sources are these anchors, and Quebec. So there you go. So we move our army this way, leaving little garrisons behind, or little. They don't have garrisons here with the Colonials, but just leaving strength points behind, which will weaken my force. Or just go for a massive sweep. I think we're just going to go for a massive sweep and not get too fancy. We will roll for Washington's activation. Zoom on out here so you don't get all motioned. All right. He needs a 6 or less, and if he gets a 6, he can re-roll. All right, he gets a 3, so he can roll his full complement of 4. Unfortunately, 2 movement points only in the winter. That'll get his Army of the North into St. John for the battle with Howe on the frozen river. 1, 2. We'll move this out. We'll move. Ooh, this on in St. John. We're back with the combatants. All right, then the tails of the tape. Battle of the North with Washington. Now I'm pretty sure with these armies now we can add another die roll modifier. So we're looking at a 6, 7, 8, 9, and we'll find out how many he counts for. But that's a 2. That's a 4 to 1. That's not too bad. So nice little attack going on here at St. John. They got a fortress, which means these troops will be doubled. We'll be right back. All right. So we're all set down here having a good time. It's football weekend. We got the football thing going on there. We're crunching numbers for players. Got a little bit of house money. We won last night in fantasy basketball, so we're playing us some fantasy football today. And get to sit down with our latest game, War for America. Having a great time with the new game. We got a good attack going on right there now at St. John, or St. Jean. And here you go. Old Washington, along with Schuyler, against one of the British best generals. Look at that, A. So there you go. The strength points are as follows. We'll have 9. British have 2, but they will be doubled in a fort, so they'll come out with 4 strength points, being a 2 to 1 ratio attack. Die roll modifiers for the Colonials. Washington +2. Schuyler gets to throw his skill in there too, so that's a +1. +1 for a 2 to 1 attack equals a total of +4 on the die roll for the Colonials. The only die roll modifier the British will get was Howe's leadership, which is a +3. We'll be looking onto this table for the British, and can't really see, even though you can see better than me. This table, I guess, for the Colonials. So let's grab both of their dice and roll. Before we do that, we already looked at the Colonial cards. They don't want to do anything yet, not right now. They'll do something later. But we do need to look at the British cards and decide what we want to do for this attack, for this defense. And here you go. We got some good cards here. +2 to the die roll of your attacking or counter-attacking force. Play before a battle resolution. The enemy gets a -2 modifier applied to his die roll. Ooh, I think the British got a hold of Washington's plans. There you go. And they will get a -2 on a die roll. So we'll go over here, +4, -2 underneath card. And that still gives them a +2. Let me see here. How bad do we want that attached as defense? Do we even really want to play this card? We'll hold off. We won't play this card yet. We'll leave him at a +4. Yeah, we'll hold this off. We got a couple more attacks coming on in, so the British have declined to give Howe any help. So we're both rolling. 4 die in hand. We're having fun. We got a bunch of dice. And there you go. Looks good, looks good. There you go. Oh, looks bad, looks bad. There you go. All right. +4, 6, 7, 8, 12 for the Colonials. I think they're regulars. Having that true aim, musket balls slamming into their targets, even in a fortress. So let me see, it's a 5. They will get an 8. All right, we'll go to the British first. On the 2 table, with an 8, is 3 stars, our Asteri, our asterisk. All right, 12 under the 9 table. Ooh, all the way down here, a 2. Ooh, that hurts. And 2 Asteri, so a 2 Asteri knocks the hell out of the British. They will retreat when they're the winners, and they suffer a 2-step loss. He's gone. Oh, Garrison, I guess, suffers the same fate. So I think they move with Howe. Let him. I guess we'll move him back. Find out what we do at the fort. But there you go. Army of the North on the move. Be right back. It says they can be voluntarily destroyed, so the British are going to destroy the fort, I guess. Oh, let me see. Let me read that again. Forts can be voluntarily destroyed, whether or not friendly strength points are present, as long as no enemy strength points are destroyed. Oh, the enemy strength points were destroyed, so we will keep the fort. Can we flip it over to its build side? No, I guess we will capture it. We'll be right back. Figure this one out. We're going to go ahead and eliminate the garrison because it says they suffer the same fate as the other defenders, and they were all wiped out. So there you go. They're kind of useless markers anyway. Army of the North in St. John. It is now the British. Impulse. We make sure we don't want to do anything else in for a freebie turn. Also, we captured this nice little fort there, and we left 2 strength points in Ticonderoga. Hopefully that'll be enough to garrison it, but that'll be our line of sight, our line of control, our supply source for our supply. Let me see here. Anything else we want to do? I don't think so. Is the colonial player? There's not much we really can do. He's kind of limited. But I think that's gonna be it. We'll move on now to the British action pulse. I'll be right back. See what they want to do. They're beefed up with loyalists. Called in the locals for the crown cause, and they answered eagerly with 3 strength points. Let's see what they want to do with them. We'll be right back. All right, I'm gonna to the wargaming armchair generals. There's probably only one obvious move for the British. That's to get somebody into Montreal to help Howe out as soon as possible. The biggest bunch of points he can get, though, is probably from Clinton at St. Francis. So we'll roll 1 die for Clinton's activation, and I think either way he gets a 2, he gets in there. We'll just go by the book. Go by the book. All right, 1 die for Clinton. Anything but a 6. He gets a 5, so I think that helps him out. There's only 2 movement points in the winner. So before we do that, we'll move the action marker to 0. British taking their action pulse. And Clinton wanting to move 2. I think that gets him right in there. Who do we want to leave behind, though? Nobody. We're bringing them all in. There you go. From St.
Francis, I think that is, down the frozen river to come in the back way and help out Montreal just in the nick of time. We'll be back.
What might call this a video? It's getting kind of long. I'm going to upload this one. We come back. It will be, we're moving into early spring. Yeah, there's no more battles to resolve, since it's a good time to call a video. When we come back, don't leave. Great game here going on for War for America. All right, before we call it a video, I had a little sneaky suspicion about Washington, so I looked underneath here to make sure he could control an army besides the Army of the North. I'm pretty sure I looked it up and he can, but it does say something about him controlling a main army. George Washington, a special leader. Once Washington commands the main Continental Army, no other leader can take command unless he is captured. So I guess he's stuck with the Army of the North, which is fine. Then you want to come over here too, because we might have missed something, but we didn't. We just barely skirted it. But I want to make sure that we do incorporate it again. I should have this all ready for you instead of turning lead. All right, here. Right here. If any leader is forced to surrender or his force is completely destroyed. If any leader is forced to surrender or his force. Oh, I thought it said something about it had to be an army. Let me see here. All right. Well, this does apply. Then we're going to have to roll for a howl. If any leader is forced to surrender or his force was completely destroyed, the player rolls a d6. If the result is a 1, the leader is not exchanged, and he is permanently removed from the game. An anonymous leader pool. The result is okay. George Washington can never be exchanged. Historical marker. It doesn't say that. I thought I did say something where it was the leader of an army. I'm not seeing that, so we're going to have to roll. We'll be right back. We got to roll for Howell. All right, then rolling for General Howell. Got to come out of Zoom so this thing doesn't move as much. But yeah, got his butt kicked by Washington. If we'd known that, we might have put that in the equation. Well, we should have retreated or not, but we will roll anything for a 1. Puts him in the leader. Powell barely escapes. All right, British leaders. Here you go. After the battle. And I forgot what other general. We've had a couple of battles here where the generals have retreated when our army got destroyed. Maybe it wasn't 2, maybe it's just 1, but we will know that from now on. And there you go. He doesn't get to come back and participate. Who we all got here now? Everybody's back there. 1. The best general will be Clinton. Dunmore is there, but he is outranked and outskilled. Nice little stack there in Montreal. St. John is outnumbered. They outnumber him though. There you go. All right. We're on it. I guess Washington's going to be stuck with the Army of the North. That's what we had to do. To go after those fortresses. We will call it a video, and when we come back, I guess it'll be the spring of 1776.